feel like the referees and linesmen are now programmed in the mind to work with VAR, so they don't think that they have to make the decision there and then. And like you say, the Newcastle one, the linesman's there, the ref's there. He's giving the Dina outside the box. It's a joke. And then you know, these people. It's bad because sometimes you get an FA Cup weekend. It's quite refreshing when there's no VAR, and we all say, "Oh, we'll watch the FA Cup at weekend. It was refreshing." But then when shit like this goes wrong, like three or four decisions in a couple of games, you start to think, "Fucking hell, we are actually quite better off with VAR." So I mean, they've got to get their act together. They've got to get their act together because it's just fucking embarrassing. I mean, Villa. I mean, it could have gone. You know what I mean? We had it like in the FA Cup final last year. We've got Henderson comes out of his box and handballs it, right? Handballs it, right? It's not talked about enough. It's an FA Cup final. It's watched all over the world. Everyone just laughs. Oh, it's City. Yeah, it's great. We got beat. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, come on. It's the bare minimum. It wasn't even controversial. It wasn't even like a little bit debatable. It was there. The handball, the handball is in the box. How can you give it outside the box? You're like 3 yards outside the box. You're moving it. Dean has gone gone a reckless tackle in front of the linesman. He's got no balls to even fucking say to the ref, that's a nasty one, that you need to send him off. He shit himself because the away fans are like behind him or whatever. And then at City, I'm there. Mamouche makes that run. I said straight away to my dad, he's onside there. Surely to God he's on. Next minute, scores a world, offside, miles on. So I think that the referee and the situation, I don't know if, are we better off with VAR now? Would you say
absolutely?
VAR is better off?
No,
bro, honestly, people forget some of the loot. Do you not remember? I was saying it earlier. Grizz, Sterling's run at the Etihad. Sterling for Liverpool.
You know, that was different. You know, we would have won. You know, we would have won the double.
Yeah, Drogba at Old Trafford. You'll remember that, Saeed, when we won the league, right? Gerard, Germany. Some of the decisions, like people forget just how bad it used to be.
Pedro Mendes at Old Trafford when he fucking the ball dropped about 2 foot over the line.
So was it Roy Carroll? I think it was.
Mental shit.
It weren't like inches, bro. It was.
I disagree.
No,
I prefer it then.
You know what it is, though.
You prefer errors. You prefer the massive errors.
I get your angle, but but use it in context. The context VAR has brought is maybe not errors, but it's brought fucking algebra to some of the decisions. It's brought fucking absolute like
but that's because it's not being used properly.
Yeah, that's why it's not being used properly.
No, but people will then argue what's properly. Like fuck all that. Just have no VAR, because when there was no VAR, there wasn't what's properly. There was human error. Okay, it happens. And it happens. With VAR, it shouldn't happen. But there's more now, not errors, but more problems because of it. So I'll definitely...
And how long it takes as well. And how long it takes. People will say that it's bad in the UK, yeah? People say it's bad in the UK. I don't know if you guys watched Atletico Madrid against Barcelona, Copa del Rey. It took, I think, 8 minutes.
Seen it.
8 minutes, bro, for them to basically distinguish whether it was a goal or not. And I'm like, 8 minutes? That's too much time. So I think for me, I get what you're trying to say, Matisse, but at the same time, you celebrate, you can't even enjoy it because you got to wait for the goal to be decided. And
the worst game I ever went to, which made me feel physically sick, right?
Yeah.
Was the Tottenham one in the Champions League when we scored. And we thought we'd won it, and he went to VAR, and then Toby was in the away end, and they're all going VAR, and they got the decision. That I remember my son.
VAR, my lord.
Yeah, they were singing VAR.
VAR, my lord.
It was bullshit. It was bullshit, and like you say, it was like it took the moment out of it because everybody went mad. The stands were going mental. Everyone was going mental. That's raw emotion in football. And then it all got pulled back. And we were all stood there looking at the screen to put us out of our misery. And then it goes like snowballs.
Was it the right decision?
I still think it was fucking a bit soft. The whole game was a bit mad. Because what was the striker called? The Spanish striker you had?
Lorente.
What was it called?
Yeah, well, he handballed it as well. Yeah. He handballed it, no matter what. He handballed it. And he didn't fine. And he didn't get it. And then he give Laporte. We did Tottenham again, and they give Laporte for a handball, and it was like, come on. It was a bit mad then, but I just think it took the sting out of it.
Like, look, Matisse.
Some of the instances that I've mentioned, big ones, right?
Okay,
In
that's
title
fair.
races. Oh,
I was gonna mention
with
that.
social media now, there's
I was
no
gonna say,
way.
okay,
There's no
okay.
way you'd be able to handle
No,
it.
but Matisse, I'm glad because I needed to mention that. Now list the moments with VAR, and bear in mind VAR is a much shorter time span. The Doku's kick to the chest, did that affect the title race? Yes, it did. That's one. Let's pull another one out.
Romero take my player's hair out of his scalp.
Okay, that's
what does that have to do with anything?
That was early in the season.
You
could argue
what does that have to do with anything?
It's a big moment. It's a big moment.
It's a big moment. Got my manager sacked. We would have won that game.
Yeah, you know what? You got your manager.
What about Caicedo? My player's shit. How about that?
Look at the last City game. You've got Foden, who should have been sent off, right, for the bad tackle. And then you have the player who pulled Semenyo by the hair in the box. Now a hair pulls sending off, and they don't give nothing for it. So it's not consistent enough. And what the worst thing is, when you're an actual fan in the stadium and you've paid your money to watch it, you've got no fucking clue what's going on. So if you're watching it at home, it's quite fun because you're seeing the replays and you sort of don't get a gist of the time because you're watching them analysing it. When you're in the stadium, you've literally got no idea. You're the paying customer, and they're not even showing you on the screen. Now, they put a QR code on the screen as if you're going to get your phone out and zoom in on a fucking QR code to see. They need to show you the replay, but they won't because it's that dodgy. They think the crowd will just riot if we put this replay on the screen here. It's mad.
See, that part I don't get. Because obviously they'll show.
At least you got a screen. You don't have a screen
in the ground. They'll show that like they're checking, and then once they've made the decision, they'll say no offside. Steve's right. The QR code comes up to scan it, but I'm like, just show us the replay. You would show us the replay.
Are you with or are you for or against? Like, what are we? I'm against VAR, so I'm
against VAR as well.
I'm for it.
I think I'm for it after what I've seen at weekend. I think I'm for it.
That's the FA Cup though. Like, let's look at it on a. Like, you know, we've been watching it for how long now? Like, don't let this one weekend. I know it was a big one.
For it. It's just the referees are dead.
I think it's here to stay because I think you can't go back on it. Because if they go back on it, as soon as the decisions start going mad, everyone will be going, see, we need VAR back. So you think you've got to stick with it. But what we need to do, we need to improve the experience in the stadium so they keep the crowd in the loop. And then what else they need to do is they need to be consistent across all Premier League games because what's getting given in one Premier League game as a red is not getting given in the next Premier League game as a red. What's getting given as a handball in the box in that game is not getting given in that game. And we're all sat there, like Matisse said, social media was sat there, we're watching it. We're not waiting for match of the day to see the bullshit. We're literally watching it in real time and everyone's putting it online and it just looks a mess, man.
Look, the problem is when they brought in VAR, it was huge. Yeah, it's different. It's a total different concept. What they need to do is change the laws alongside the actual laws of the game so it simplifies the use of VAR. So the VAR at the moment is being used for, like Turkish says, for fucking mad algorithms and working out fucking fractions and this and that. That's not the purpose of VAR. The purpose of VAR is to see a madness and say, yo, that was a madness, correct that. Now they're using it for minute, so they need to change the law.
I'm telling you, something soon's coming as well. They will definitely be looking at corners now, because every corner in the Premier League now is the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it's a Royal Rumble. Everyone's doing it, and I think they're going to do something soon, or they're going to talk about something soon because they'll try and clean that up. Because referees are like, what can we give us? Everyone's pulling each other.
Whose fault is that?
Oh, well, is it just us that scored set pieces? Yeah.
No, I never said that. I'm saying who turned it into a Royal Rumble.
I did think that was funny.
So what? We moved to man. We moved to man now. What are you saying? What's the problem? We moved to man. Stop us. We moved to man. We're gonna move to you on Sunday. Stop us.
You're gonna move to us on Sunday, yeah? All right, cool. No problem.
What's the problem? I don't.
Yeah, that's what I said. No problem. Come move to us then, innit?
Cool. We're gonna move to you. Don't cry afterwards. Don't cry in the box. You put it. Don't cry, big man. Yeah.
That's all you got, man.
Where was you?
Because when you're watching a game, you watch the two games on a Sunday. You watch the first one at midday. They're pulling each other in the box. Nothing's given. Then you watch the 4 o'clock one. The first time someone gets pulled down in the box, a pen. And it's like, I've just watched a game where that's happened 10 times. And that's obviously referees are more lenient and things like that. But there needs to be a parameter of what's going on. We've seen Haaland the other week do it, for example, where they've wrapped round his waist. We've all seen that given as a penalty before. It's not given. For me, I don't like giving them on corners. I think I think you should be able to fucking have a bit of rough and tumble, and I don't mind it, me. I don't mind that. I was a centre back. I loved standing on people's toes and fucking pinching people's necks and just doing daft shit. I like that shit. But now they're trying to clean it up that much. Some teams I seen. Oh, that was the one. The Haaland one. That they said their explanation was it happened before the ball was in play. So now that's telling me now I can smash some fucker right into the middle of the net before you take the corner, and it's not a foul because the ball wasn't in play. That's basically what they're saying. That was their official statement. It's bullshit. They don't even know what they're saying.
No.
Man, we're taking everything away from the game, but like, it's like, man, we need that little bit of, you know what I mean? Like
human error, man. Understand human error. Someone said in the chat, Turkish would think different because Eto's goal in the Champions League final will be ruled out if it was VAR.
Oh,
obviously, when you put it like that, but I don't hate the linesman for that. Do you get it? But there's moments you could also say VAR was there on the Champions League final and they forget to draw the lines because that's what they did Arsenal Brentford. You remember that? They forget to draw the lines. Then there's a body. There's somebody there that's fucked up big time. It's not human error. This is a big. Then it becomes a bigger problem. Human error is acceptable. Like you can move on. You can be like, this guy's a mug. Is he blind? You can effing blind, but really you just move on because human error is acceptable. VAR is. These men are making more errors now. We've listed off about 4 or 5, Matisse. You listed off about 4 or 5 from the 90s, 2000s. We can do the same for VAR in 5 to 8 years. How long's it been?
Someone just said there, man, Diego Maradona, hand of God. He's off for that, and that's no goal. And England are through. I'm telling you now, it's mad, isn't it?
So what we're basically saying is that these guys are just hiding behind VAR. So the actual referee will never improve. We'll just, you know what I mean? It's just a case
I think they've got comfort.
Yeah,
they've got the comfort of VAR, and they think, you know what? I'm not making myself look a cock here. I'll just let it go to VAR. And then when we've seen this weekend now, when they're all getting used to VAR, that when it comes to a difficult decision where you got to stick your neck out, they don't want to do it. Look at the Wolves. That referee, when we played a few weeks ago, it was his first game, and he overturned against Wolves when Mamouche flicked the ball, tried to flick it inside. Yeah, but they're saying your hands in natural position. His hands are up here.
What came out recently?
Yes, objective. What is? Yeah, I get.
Someone, Saeed, you might know because someone said I'm factually incorrect, right? But I think he might be saying it because something came out about with VAR, the percentage of right decisions is a lot greater than without, right? Has someone seen that recently?
Yeah, but that's not.
I'm not sure.
Okay, but you see my problem with that now, yeah. It's since VAR, football's also softened a lot because they freeze frame these moments so much that isn't a foul 20 years ago. Yeah. So these percentages are made. So VAR's brought in softer ruling.
It was always going to get softer.
There needs to be a balance though, because some of the things that went on 20 years ago, they should have been fouls. Yeah, they absolutely should have been fouls. Some of the things that are there, some of the things that they're given as fouls now are not fouls.
100%. There's no. It's gone way this way to way this way.
Yeah.
That's good. But it's over reliance though. It's like you can see, right? Can you make a decision, referee? No, we're gonna wait. No, VAR.
But if the solution can't be, let's just go back to human error and just have a fuck ton of wrong decisions, which have massive implications.
I believe it cancels each other out. I believe, you know what, it cancels each other out. You know what I mean? That's how we all knew it. You know what I mean? It's a case of, I always think as well. Okay, for example. If I look at the situation with offside rule, the one that Casemiro got wrongly disallowed, his knee, bro. I'm like, come on, guys, man. It's like, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm looking at certain situations, I'm like, give the benefit of doubt. Like, that's what we all grew up on. And I believe...
Beginning of the season, Ruben Diaz, Newcastle away, they give the goal, right? We can all see with our eyes that where the line is and where his feet is. Then when they show you that image, the generated computer image, it's got Ruben Diaz jumping. So the image was from 2 frames in front. So that's where it's open to manipulation, where you think, you know what, that's mad. And in the same game, Foden in the box shoots. The player takes him out. He said it's not a penalty because he shot. I've seen that given at least twice now since, where a player's gone to shoot and then someone's brought him down in the box and that's it. So it's weird.
You see, by the way, you see
Consistency is what we need, man. Consistency is what we need.
Did you see the Juventus player? Is it Kalulu? Bro,
Kalulu,
it was a dive. It was a dive. And obviously they can't check it because it's second yellow card. That's another thing as well that I'm like, but it's like, you've seen him dive clearly, but you can't check the VAR because obviously you can't do yellow card decisions. And I'm like,
what they should do is humanize the referee. They should humanize the referees by making them do post-match interviews.
I found this on the web for humanized.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
yeah.
What's going on over there?
Trying to make a point, and this guy's out here doing AI and fucking chat GPT, some bollocks.
That wasn't me, bro. That's you.
I'm talking about Grizz.
Oh,
It's Grizz, bro. It's always Grizz.
Grizz didn't do nothing.
Grizz.
Definitely Ung, man.
All right. As I was saying, humanize the referees, make them do post-match interviews, and you know that camera that they were sticking on the refs.
Yeah.
If people actually saw their job weekly, people might sympathize. Right, this shit's difficult, actually. You know.
Of course.
When you put the player cam on and make it all transparent, and people see the players and they see the speed of the game. Raw, these players actually fucking.
Have you seen the refs though talking? When they're literally running, going ball play to the left, no foul, ball play to the right, keeps going, keep moving, no foul, keep going. The offside.
I actually mind it, guys. But I thought it was fun.
It's but that's what I'm saying.
If you can't commentate the game when you're reffing the game, surely
what they trying to do?
You went goal.
Like that.
I'm with you.
Just running around talking to yourself. Pass to the left, great pass, no touch, keeps going forward. Number 9, forward through there, no offside. What do you think? I'm like,
if they release that, if they release,
I don't mind referees being a bit open.
If they release that as highlights at the end of the weekend for all the major moments in the Premier League, I think people would be a lot more like. Understanding of how difficult the job is. And then when you see how difficult the job is and you actually humanize it, you'd be like, okay, fair. I can understand how there could still be some fuckery going on. And it's not actually on purpose. It's just, you're just going to get some things wrong. Same with the player cams. Everyone will cuss out the players and say, oh, he's shit, he's that. Everyone does it. But when you actually put the player cam on, you actually see Tielemans running. It does make you shut up a little bit and be like, do you know what? This shit is actually really difficult. That's another thing that, for me, just keep doing things to try and improve it rather than just give up on it and say, right, let's just go back to it being completely fucked.
There's a lot of people.
Steve kill me, man, when he's like, yo.
But that's what it's like. He's right.
And I heard the referee commentating the game as he's running, and I'm thinking that's fucking weird.
People should be talking to him like that. Just
They feel like robots though. They are kind of little like robots, really. Like they're not like, it's one of them ones where you got to be quick. It's like, I don't know, man. It's one of them ones where like it is a difficult job, but at the same time they are heavily reliant on VAR now, to the point now where that when Tonali, that decision that was being made, it's almost like he waited. It's like, shit, I haven't got VAR here, right? Free kick, and everyone was moving mad. So yeah,
and then you've got the other side of the coin where referees back in the day, no matter what you said, they had the favorite players, they had the favorite teams.
I agree.
They had the favorite managers. I've been to sportsmen's dinners with ex-referees, and I've listened to stories they've told me about shit back in the day, and it's fucking bent as a 9-bob note. It's bent. I remember one referee, I'm not going to mention him on here, but he said Alex Ferguson used to give him bare shit because he won't give enough time and all that. And he said, I used to end the game like 5 minutes earlier just to piss him off, so that Ferguson would fucking be fuming. Do you know what I mean? And then and another referee said when they refereed in the Champions League, he said you go to somewhere like Madrid or somewhere like that, you go in the hotel, you go in your room, on your bed, there'd be a signed shirt, there'd be a watch, there'd be gifts, all in there from the team you're playing, yeah? He said, you go and ref the game. He said, you give a mad decision, you come back to your hotel, and all the gear's gone out of the hotel. He was telling us a story about it, saying, like, he used to do anything to, like, get a little tiny bit of advantage, you know what I mean? He said, but madman.